Hey, what's up? I'm Kyle, and I'm reviewing Mike Barron's course, High Ticket Closer Academy, a subsidiary of Limelight Media or something. But he's basically teaching people sales skills and how to close high ticket jobs. But you know, been digging into this guy, and I'm just going to warn you. I've seen some pretty scary posts about them, you know, closing students for like $1,000 down and with an installment plan, and then they call him back and switch up the plan, telling him he has to pay $650 more, and it's just kind of there's a lot of red flags. Like I was looking around his website, and he's showing pictures of successful students who claim they generated $500,000 in 30 days and $12,000 in 4 days with another student. And man, I mean, I'm all about sales, but this looks really intense, like very misleading. So I'm going to warn you, tread lightly if you're looking into this course. There are lots of sales programs out there, so you should consider them all. I don't want to talk trash if people are having success with it, but somebody's got to clean up his online presence. I do sales, but it doesn't require really sophisticated sales tactics because what I do is I rent websites to business owners. It's a way of getting them leads, and it's pretty passive income, but I'll explain how that works in just a second. But you're dealing with a guy who's probably pretty sophisticated in sales, and he's using those skills to sell students into the program. And I've been caught up in these funnels before with sales programs, and it's very easy to get caught up in their tactics. And you go into the phone call not planning on spending anything more than $500, and all of a sudden you're whipping out your credit card to pay a $6,000 bill. So just tread lightly. This looks very aggressive, and it's promising get rich quick, which is always a big red flag to me. I like programs where they're teaching you skills to do upfront work and have long-term passive gains, something like affiliate marketing or what I do, which I'm going to explain to you in a second. But in general, if you're going to sign up for a course, you want to make sure you watch a lot of that course creator's content and make sure that they're a good teacher and they teach in a style that you comprehend. And you also want to make sure that they have a Facebook community or a Discord community so that you can communicate with other students and, learn from each other and network with each other. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I do because you're probably here because you're looking for a way to make extra money online or as a side hustle or maybe full-time. I do it full-time, but this is another idea for you to consider because it worked for me. I've tried a bunch of different online models, and this was the most easy to comprehend model for me, and it's worked out very, very well. So what I do is I rent websites to business owners, and the way you do that is basically, for example, you don't have to own a junk removal company in Knoxville, Tennessee to build a website called Junk Removal Knoxville, Tennessee, .com. And so I go out and build a website called Junk Removal Knoxville and add 1 to 5 pages, do SEO. SEO is just basically the skills you need to get a website to rank on page 1 for the junk removal in Knoxville, right? Very basic stuff. And you get the website ranking to page 1, and when it does, people start calling your website, right? So all of a sudden you got all these customers for junk removal calling your website. So when they start calling the phone number on your website, which is a tracking number you could control and forward the calls to anybody you want, you let those calls go to voicemail at first, and then you start calling up local junk removal companies in Knoxville, and you're like, hey, I got this website. It's getting like 100 phone calls a month. Do you think we could work out a deal to maybe you could take them and on a month-to-month basis? And if they agree, you could close them for anything between $500 and $2,000 a month, depending on the niche and how many calls you're getting a month. Once you do that upfront work of building and ranking the site, it's pretty much just running their credit card every month after that because the website just sits there on page 1 and does all the work for you. It's not like Google Ads where you're constantly having to monitor it, feed it with money. This is a website that once you do the upfront investment in building it out, which is, could be free if you do it all yourself, there's no real overhead, and it's pretty much 99% profit margins after that, month after month. But that was kind of a beat up explanation of it. I have a link in my bio to a landing page that breaks down how the business model works in more detail, but it made a lot of sense to me and it worked for me. I'm doing around 30 to 40K a month these days, and I would say it's 95% passive. The only work I have to do is answer customer phone calls, client phone calls, and run their credit cards every month. So yeah, I have my email in the description as well as a link. If you want to email me any questions you have about my business model, go ahead and shoot me an email. But just wanted to reiterate, like, just be careful going into this Mike Barron thing. I haven't joined and I don't plan on joining, but it just seems like a big red flag. Maybe somebody in the comments will want to clear it up and say that he's actually great, but I don't even know if I'd trust that because it could just be one of his salespeople selling his course. So, I mean, it seems like the way a lot of the students make additional income is by selling that course with an affiliate link as well. So, anyways, if you have any questions, shoot me an email. Good luck on your making money online journey and hope to hear from you.